Oh, hi. I'm a smart investor. I dare say that because I understand the cryptocurrency markets and I am up to date on every new development, fintech and blockchain ecosystem. All because I watch the Inside Blockchain show on Cryptotvplus. Every Monday morning, Cryptotvplus brings you news headlines of top stories, interview with an expert, and give you detailed market analysis to enable you make the right business moves. Now you too can become a smart investor if you don't miss it. The Inside Blockchain show, only on Cryptotvplus.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the bull of the bullet.
Keep watching Cryptotvplus.
Don't touch that. Peace.
Hello and welcome to the program. This is Inside Blockchain, live from Cryptotvplus. I am Bobby Adeyemi, and I have here with me in the studio
Faith Decor.
Yeah, it's fantastic to have you join us today, Faith.
I feel excited being here today.
Likewise. So if you're watching from Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, I'd like to encourage you, if this is your first time on the show, kindly follow us on all our social media platforms. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and ping the notification bell to stay updated. Now, today's edition of the Inside Blockchain is a very special edition because we are celebrating the International Women's Day. Now, the International Women's Day celebrates women across the globe for their involvement in social, economic, and cultural achievements in making the world a better place. A world free of bias, stereotype, and inequality is the one reason women all over the world stand together to raise this awareness. And in tune with this year's International Women's Day theme, Break the Bias, our borderline topic here at the studio will be Break the Stereotype.
So we made today are women of influence who in their space and sphere of expertise have laid footprints of leadership worthy of emulation. Before I introduce them, we'll go on a quick short break. Stay with us.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the bull of the bullet.
Keep watching Cryptotvplus.
Don't touch that. Peace.
Welcome back. This is still Inside Blockchain, live from Cryptotvplus. And like I mentioned, this edition is a very special one as we celebrate women all over the world who are celebrating the International Women's Day. And like we mentioned before, we have women here in the studio and also online women who have actually, in one way or another, proven to be trailblazers, women who have actually paved the path and women who continue to showcase their prowess. To my left is Rasheedat Adeyemi. She is a seasoned banker and the Chief Executive Officer of Pretty House Decoration.
And joining us virtually is Dr. Sandra Bakare, who is a serial entrepreneur and founder of BrownPay. It's nice having you here, Sandra.
You're welcome, Rasheedat. It's actually a pleasure to have you here. I know I speak for all faiths. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here.
The pleasure is mine.
Yeah, so first of all, let's start it off with, what do you think are the stereotypical challenges you faced over time, when entering your space? What are some of those notable challenges, some of those stereotypical challenges you faced? Talk to us about that.
Okay. First of all, I believe I'm speaking for a lot of women. And when you find yourself in organization, until recently that it becomes part of corporate governance that you must involve women in leadership position, in anything you want to do in any organization. Before now, it's considered that if you're a woman, to a very large extent, there's limit to how far you can go, career-wise, and even in business. There's this invisible ceiling that comes with women. And the good part is recently, most women have been able to break that invisible ceiling that is stunting us from growth. And one of the major reasons why that's come to play is the fact that it's believed that if you're a woman, at one point or the other, you go on maternity leave. At one point or the other, you are ill because of women issue. At one point or the other, maybe you have some home challenges, and So it's believed that women takes break, and it's believed that we are not as strong as men. But I stand here to say, and I'm happy that that is changing, and I stand here to say that a lot of women have proved those belief wrong. By doing what men can do, we've seen women heading big multinationals, we've seen women doing great things, starting a business and the business flourishing. So I don't see any reason why any woman will stand today on any form of bias or any form of ceiling, imaginary ceiling that we are putting on ourselves. So whoever is out there today and is thinking that, oh, because I'm a woman, I can't do this, you are just self-limiting yourself. The truth is there's no limit to what we can do. We can actually achieve anything we want to achieve.
That is simply beautiful.
Yeah, so just like you said, the bars have been raised and a lot of women are stepping, you know, on hitting that bar and beyond. So how has it been trying to make waves and impact in your work environment?
Okay, where I work, I know we have quite a number of women working with me. I head a branch of a known bank in the industry, and I know quite a number of women are working, and one thing we try to do is to ensure there's work-life balance to accommodate women, and to ensure that we let women, any woman understand that what you require to work is actually your brain, not necessarily the things you can do. What you can do is actually limitless. Thank you. So is ability to, you know, talk to people, motivate people, and let them know that they can achieve anything they put their mind on.
Amazing,
achieving.
amazing, beautiful.
So Sandra, if you're still there with us, so how vocal do you think women have been about their competence level and performance ratings?
All right. I would say that this decade has actually shown that women have been more vocal, they've been more strong, and they've actually exhibited their strength in ways we cannot even imagine. And recently, I think I saw a list of 10 women, 10 CEOs who got funded in Africa, and it was super. I was so happy. I was like, wow, this is great. The list is getting longer, and the truth is that women are strong. It's not a gender battle, but then we also know that know their onions and know exactly what they want. Their leadership skills and all of that are A plus and all of that. So women have actually been vocal about their strengths. You see women going out to create companies, and the numbers have increased than the way it was before this present decade.
Oh, that's fantastic, Faith. So if I can just come in on a lighter note. Now, we understand that, I don't know if I should just put it out, out there. There are some, do you believe that, Rasheedat, this question goes to you, do you believe that there are some positions that women cannot occupy, some work positions when you talk about in the power sector, let's say as a linesman, or when you talk about engineering, offshore engineering, we have observed over time that there are some positions that women, in quotes, cannot occupy. What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I don't think there's anything women cannot do. There is no position. I have a friend, she just attended a conference recently. She's an engineer, a very good one, and at the top. Interestingly, she was the only woman among, so many men. But the fact that she's there shows that a woman can actually be there. So there's no position, there's no limit to what a woman can do. Whatever a man can do is not gender competition, but I believe a woman can do it. It's even what a woman can do that we can say men cannot really do. Because you can't carry pregnancy. A woman will carry pregnancy.
What if I disagree with that? What if I tell you that there are some things that women can actually not do that men can do?
Okay, bring it on.
Like specifically just like I mentioned, when we look at the, some positions that men can actually occupy, like when you look at the tech space, you get to find out that a lot of men are actually thriving in specifically referring to the blockchain space. We understand that there are some women who are doing equally well, but why do we observe that there is a large ratio of men in that space? Don't you think it's because men thrive more in that space
I
than
don't
women?
agree. Because the fact that there are some women already in that space means that assumption is wrong.
It's wrong.
It means at any point in time, you may even get to a point that is a woman that will be leading that sector. So far there's a woman there, then that assumption is wrong. So I don't think there's anything a woman or any position a woman cannot occupy.
Oh, fantastic. Sandra, what do you have to say about this?
All right. So the truth is that generally, generally, men are more. Would I say more men are driven career-wise and so many things. So that's why you see in most positions, you see that men are the ones in charge of it. So, or more men are in that position, but that does not eliminate the fact that women can also do the same thing. So, women, we can see that even in civil engineering, there are already women in electrical engineering, there are already women in this position. So it does not eliminate the fact that women can actually handle the same pressure or the same innovation in that space. There has just been gender imbalance, which is not a problem. It's not, like I said, it's not a gender competition.
Okay, beautiful. Bobby, I think I'm going to take that conversation out of here when we're done.
Definitely.
So let's
I
leave
look
it.
forward to it.
Let's leave it here for now. Rasheedat, I wanted to ask you. The life of a woman is multifaceted. We have a lot of things we're juggling. So how do you manage to keep your career life, your social, marriage together? How do you manage to keep all of them in one space?
Okay, the first thing I would say is, one, you must be able to set some rules for yourself as a woman so that you not break or you not burn out. As a woman, you have a lot of responsibility, just like what you said. You have home to take care of, children, husband, kids, school, work, everything. And you must put everything together. So the first rule for me is to get help, to delegate. Don't be that superwoman that wants to do everything and break down. Learn to look for help. If you need to get someone that is trustworthy enough to take care of home front, do it. If you need to pay people to get things done for you, do it. So that you can juggle everything together and achieve what you need to achieve. Then it's very important to take time out. No matter how strong you think you are, you need to have me time. You need to take time out to rest. You need to take out time to reset so that you will not burn out. And even at work, you can try as much as possible. Just delegate. If you are not there tomorrow, the work will go on.
Yes.
If you are not there at home tomorrow, home will go on. Some other people will take your responsibility. So it's better for you to just learn how to delegate, take time, create time for everything, ensure you segment your schedule. And when you need to, take a break, take a break.
Take a break. Beautiful. I wanted to ask Sandra, just, talking about help, the conundrum of having women support themselves in the industry is far beyond minimum. So how do you think women can, top up that game and start helping themselves in building and growing the economy in the tech space, in the banking space, any space that they are in? How can women do this? How can women achieve, this synergy together?
All right. So this is my ideology. My ideology is that first, we're human first for gender. So which means e.g. when I started my blogging, I reached out to everybody. I did not reach out to just a specific gender. I reached out to everybody that I needed in that particular space, just to elaborate my knowledge and also elaborate my skills also. And in the Nigerian space right now, I see that there are quite a number of women who are really equipped, and they go ahead to create foundations, they go ahead to create summits, conferences to actually lift and teach a lot of women. I strongly believe that there is a lot of foundation and groups that are there for women, especially in the tech space. in Nigeria, in Africa, and in the world. It's just that now we have to encourage women to actually go ahead to approach these groups or go ahead to join these groups, or first of all believe in themselves that, oh yes, I can get this done, and actually go ahead to join the groups and join the teams and all of that.
Rasheedat, I would like to have your take on that. Do you think a lot of women are supporting themselves in,
Okay, I
industry?
think currently it's better than what it used to be.
Okay.
And the moment we stop seeing each other as competitors and we start collaborating, there's tendency that we'll achieve more. So it's just to keep encouraging ourselves that, oh, it's not competition. It's actually more of, let's see what we can do together. And like Sandra said, I believe there are a lot of groups that one can join that can open your eyes to things you are not seeing. And at the same time, mentorship is another thing that works. If you are able to, identify a woman eye up there that you can get to mentor you, it will naturally assist, and it will give you that mentorship spirit to also mentor somebody else. And the collaboration continues, and, we become better.
Beautiful.
Altogether.
So breaking the stereotype is all about synergy, it's all about working together, it's all about putting heads together to make everything work.
Exactly.
Yeah, so let's go on this quick short break. When we come back, we'll be continuing the conversation.
Oh, Qlib. No. It's pronounced clip and not Qlib. Clip. Clip is Africa's #1 NFT platform. This means it's passionate about valuing, distributing, and adding utility to African art through NFTs. Imagine owning the original copy of Wizkid's track, Essence, as an NFT. There are other use cases of NFTs.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the Boy of the Bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that. Peace.
Welcome back. We're still discussing Break the Stereotype in the studio today, and it has been amazing. I've heard a lot and I've been inspired as a woman. I don't know about Bobby.
Yes, I've been inspired.
Bobby, are you
as
sure?
well.
Because
I've been totally
you are
inspired.
representing the man here. We want to hear from you and know if you have.
Yeah, it's we can't overemphasize how much influence women have in our day-to-day lives in every sector: finance, medicine, entertainment, and what have you. We can't overemphasize this. But in an unrelated, if I could just digress a bit. Now, when we look at what is actually happening in Ukraine, our prayers are with them. Now, the government actually made a decree that every male that is of an adult age cannot and will not leave the country. And when you look at this, we started the discussion saying it's not a gender war, it's not a gender battle. So how come the women were not asked to stay behind and fight if we are going by the narrative that what a man can do, a woman can do?
Okay, and if I think I followed the story a little too, and I think there was a picture that went viral of the First Lady in camouflage, ready to go for war. So far, there's
But you
one
and I know that
person.
she will not be allowed to do that.
Whether she's allowed or not is another story. The fact that there's a woman that is standing that, yes, I want to go for war. And we have women in military too. And when there's war, they will go because they are trained to go for war.
Oh, that's simply fantastic, Faith.
Okay, so what is the reality, Sandra? What is the reality of working in tech space? I want to, delve, straight into the space you're in. What is the reality? What are the challenges, women will face if they want to enter into the tech space? What are the challenges you have been facing as a tech person?
Okay, first is that as a woman, if you want to raise funds in the tech space, there is this ideology from investors, and they feel like, oh, she's a woman, she's going to get married soon and forget about it. So there is yeah, so there is that notion, there is that fear they have, especially if it's a woman, if it's a lady founder, that, oh, this may not last long. That is one. Another one is that there is the stereotypical knowledge about maybe women are not supposed to be leaders. Yes, especially in the tech space, because it has been widely dominated by the men for years and decades, which is fine, which is okay. I don't see it as I'm competing with the gender. Instead, I'm saying that I am a like I'm human myself, and I'm competing to also be at the top with every other person. So, which means that I have to not maybe have unnecessary set of expectation, but put in the work and make my work be very obvious, so that they can see that, oh yes, this person is actually not putting the gender first, but actually doing their work. So these are just a few things. That the others, I don't see them as a lot of issues, though I understand, because I speak to other people too. I understand that sometimes women they need much more motivation than than normal or something. They need better team. They need people that would better community and all of that. But then I see these challenges as something to approve of my work. Yeah, personally, I see these challenges as a stage to actually approve of my skills and my work.
That's fantastic. So, Rasheedat, now, do you think women have mentally grown, or if I could use the word, do you think women have mentally metamorphosed into individual beings that react and perform above, in quotes, again, that stereotype that is projected by society? Do you think women have advanced beyond that projection by society?
I believe so. I believe so, and the reason is simple. You see women doing things on their own, starting and finishing projects on their own. You see, in fact, by creation, women are created to be able to do what you just explained. Okay. You start a process of bringing a child to the world and end it without any serious support. You get it done.
Why is the conversation always, no disrespect, I value women, but why is the conversation always revolving around childbirth?
Because it's something you can do. It's something men cannot do.
It's not like we're trying to do it, though.
Oh yeah, we always say what a man can do, a woman can do it better. But you can't reverse that, because there's one thing you can do, which is childbearing.
Okay, that's.
Do you really disagree?
No, I agree with that. I agree with that. So now, do you think, Rasheedat, do you think women have been celebrated enough for some of the milestones that they have accomplished over time?
In fairness, I believe so, but I think it can be better. There's always room for improvement, and unlike before, even though there's still some locations, there's still some areas where they still put women at the back door, but generally I think things are really improving. There's some culture that doesn't even allow women to come out to the open, to express themselves, to show the skills they have, but I believe it's getting better by the day. But however, I believe so far women are being celebrated, unlike before, but it can actually be better. Because if a woman achieves A and a man achieves A, the achievement of a woman for that A is actually much more, because women contend with so many things that men don't. So if you are able to contend with those things, and at the same time you are able to still achieve that same thing a man is achieving, you require double celebration, not just one.
And just before I head on to Sandra, I just want to add a little bit. Women are, the whole subject is about equality, but I feel like it should be more of equity to equality. Women are just looking for a space to express, to show what they can do, to, just add up to whatever is being brought up to the table. So I feel women should also have the opportunity to do that too. Sandra, generally speaking, do you think women have been underrepresented and undervalued in the tech industry?
Okay, so I feel like there are still a little number of women in the tech industry, and with the energy I have seen in the past couple of years, I can say for sure that in the next decade, in 10 years, it's almost going to be almost equal. Yes. So I really just feel like more women are understanding or are finding their strength in the tech industry, and with time, everything is going to be very good.
Yeah, well said, Sandra. Well said. You couldn't have said it better. So we'll take another breather. We'll pick it up right after this short commercial. Stay with us.
Crypto is over.
Crypto is rubbish.
Crypto is crashing.
And all of this is known as sport.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the Bull of the Bull.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that. Peace.
Welcome back. This is still Inside Blockchain, live from Crypto TV Plus, and we are still celebrating the International Women's Day, as I have here with me Faith as my co-host and a very delectable woman in the studio here with us. She is Rasheedat Adeyemi. She is a seasoned banker with over 15 to 20 years experience, and she's also the CEO of Pretty House Decoration, as well as Sandra joining us virtually. Sandra Bakare is a medical doctor and a serial entrepreneur, as well as the founder of BrownPay.
BrownPay.
Yeah, fantastic. So, Rasheedat, we just want to understand some of the how can we nurture young women at the grassroots level, women who are still trying or struggling to attain a certain position? How can we nurture them into actualizing their dreams, in finance, in tech, in entertainment? I'm talking about realistic steps that we can actually take to inspire these young women at the grassroots level.
Okay, the first thing I would say is it's about changing their ideology, because you can only be limited by what you think in your head. If you believe you can't achieve anything, you would not achieve it. But if you believe there's no limit to what you can achieve it. So nurturing starts from letting them know that they can actually achieve anything they want to achieve. And if you're talking about grassroots, the environment where you grow actually affects your way of thinking or your way of reasoning. I'll give a short example. I grew up in a very remote village in Oyo town.
Okay.
And what I see every day is I wake up in the morning with my siblings, and we go to, just a circle of, same circle of wake up, go to school, come back, hawk, go to farm on weekends, go to go and fetch water far away, and the circle continues. And when you get to adult age, 18, 20, 22, a man will say, "Oh, I like you." Before you say anything,
you're married.
You are married. And your children...
It's almost like a Nollywood flick,
Your children continue in that same circle.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're not ready to break that circle and tell yourself that the fact that I'm a woman does not make me less of human.
Okay.
And does not mean I'm not better than where I find myself, or I can't achieve anything. You won't go anywhere as a woman. So the motivation starts from changing the doctrine, changing what women at grassroots see every day, and letting them see the global picture. I can say today, I left where I just described so many years ago, but I can still see that some people we grew up together are still there. Their children have continued the circle. So it depends on what you are hearing. So it's more of what those young ladies, young girls are hearing on daily basis that will reshape their way of thinking.
Amazing.
Thank you.
It's easy for you to influence your immediate, my own opinion, it's easy for you to influence your own immediate circle of influence because you are all of like minds. You think the same way, you have the same level of goals. How is it, I want to think about realistic steps that we can take. Are we trying to start up a social media, hashtag or a social media push to get through to women? Because we obviously know there are girls, there are ladies that do not have any idea of what the world is talking about right now pertaining to women stepping up their game. So how can we reach out to these women, as influencers that we are?
Okay, it depends on what your definition of grassroots is. If you're looking at grassroots in Lagos, oh, we can use social media push. It will work. Because no matter the grassroots, they still have phones. But you're talking about grassroots of villages that they don't have access to social media. So in that case, we're talking about probability of groups of people, maybe NGOs, deciding that, oh, do you know what? And I know we have quite a number, so it's just to do more. What can we do? Okay, pushing people. I know at one point in some location that I'm aware of, that they didn't even know what a sanitary towel was until a group of NGOs came over and said, okay, always, I think P&G came and they were like, okay, this is what, is that it could be that bad. So I think it still boils down to group of women that can influence others. It can be formed, it can be existing group, it can be NGO that will focus on women.
And just adding up to that, I think we women have to start, moving from our comfortable environment and looking, beyond the goal, beyond the vision. What exactly can I do to make the next girl, the next woman beside me comfortable? What can I do to push her beyond the limits? Because I remember when I was asking that question of, women competing with each other, we already have a mentality, a mindset of when a woman is in this space, I have to compete with her, to get above her. And it's affecting us as women, not even the men, because really the men don't care. They're doing their thing. So women should, put hands together to make this thing work. Bobby?
Yeah, just to add to what you said, we also understand that sometimes religion and some socio-cultural factors also play a major role in some of these women who are at the grassroots level. So just like you said, changing their mindsets, changing the way they perceive things, I think we also have to look at finding ways to, using the channel of religion, culture. We also have to find ways to ensure that some of these women understand that they can be more. Yes. Because there's a lot of things in play, a lot of factors in play. Religion, chief of them. So,
Yeah, that's beautiful. And representative for the man, I want to ask you a question before you go.
Okay.
How do you think men can, help women to be the woman that they want to be? How do you think men can do that? Because a lot of men do not, if I'm talking domestically, a lot of men do not want their wives to grow beyond their marriage space, their marital space. So how do you think men can?
It's all about understanding. It's all about humanity. That's just the simplest way of putting it. We're all humans, irrespective of our genders. So it's all about having that. In poetry, in literature, it's called humanism. It's a concept. So it's all about having that human nature inside you to understand that in as much as you may appear to be stronger as a man, you may appear to be tougher, if I can use that word, you should also understand that women are human as well. They have concerns, they have needs, and you should also understand that, just like you said, what a man can do, women can do, If I can just chip that in.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you talk of, it's actually something that is always very dear to me.
Yes.
Because it affects women a lot. A woman will go far if you marry the right person.
Yes.
And no matter how brilliant you are or whatever idea you think you have, you may never achieve anything if you marry the wrong man. So one thing I want to put out there today to young women is that whenever they are taking that decisions, or maybe to the group that talks to women on marital issues or settling down, there are so many important things that needs to be checked out when you're deciding on who to marry. Not about, oh, he proposed to be a ShopRite, oh, he bought me S21 Ultra. Because most of the time, our ladies get that thing wrong. And once you get that part of your life wrong, everything will likely be wrong. If you don't marry right. Because if you don't marry right, your husband does not want you to grow more than him.
Yes.
It becomes a competition. If you don't get it right, he doesn't even, he wants to see you as, you have to sit down at home and take care of the kids. That's what I employ you for. I use employ because it looks like work.
Yes.
He doesn't even want to see that, oh, you are now even growing faster than me. But if you marry right, the man will not see. In fact, he will just say, oh, be more proud that that is my wife.
Wow.
I think I'm a beneficiary of that. I am a beneficiary of that because I got married to someone that believed I have my own dream, I have my aspiration, and because I get married does not mean those things should die. And he will give me 100% support. Between my first child, I've been married for 15 years. So between my first child and my second child, my first child will be 15, is 14, it will be 15. My second child is 8. There's 6 years plus. The only thing I was doing between that 6 years was just to go to school. As in to do my professional qualification, this exam, do my master's. Because when I had the first pregnancy, I kept forgetting things, and they said it's pregnancy symptoms. And he said, you know what, why not finish your ICANN? Finish it before you continue. He was understanding enough to give me 6 years space to do that. If I don't, I'm sure I will have abandoned
anything about it.
So Sandra, what's your take on the gender inequality? We understand that this is one of the biggest issues most, in quote, feminists fight against across the globe when it comes to women's growth and inclusion. So what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, my major solution is just more facility and more spaces to actually help these men, because the truth is we cannot just be having talks about it without any form of action. E.g., Mrs. Rasheedat said something about how about people that do not even know they don't have access to the internet. So what do we do? What do we do about them? The best thing is, in those remote areas, if there can be a lot of chain organizations, NGOs connected to each other, or organizations connected chain to each other, whereby they create, even if it's just, if there's a story building in each village or in each community or in each town, teaching ladies about what they are supposed to know, because it is very, very important. Information is power. Knowledge is also power. So if information is passed to these people, then we know that, okay, yes, the number of women that are unaware will reduce because they are well informed. It's just like this decade right now, there are more women who have gone to school compared to the time of our parents. So this education has helped us to be elaborate on our wants, on our skills, and all of that. So I strongly believe on actionable education, not just talk and dragging on social media and all of that, but actionable stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So,
couldn't have said it better.
Yeah. But before you wrap up the show, I just wanted to say that surely this conversation is not going to end here. Crypto TV Plus will find a way to, continue the conversation and make sure that women and girls are being engaged to be, better in whatever they have chosen to be. Women, you are capable. You have the capacity to be whoever you want to be. You are an institution to be reckoned with. Nobody should tell you otherwise. And I want to say thank you to Rasheedat for being here. You have said a great lot that I have learned from.
I've learned a lot from her as well.
But after the show, you will tell us what you have learned.
Definitely. Definitely. So Rasheedat, you're closing. What do you have to say to other women out there? What should they look forward to?
Okay, one, like I said earlier on, the fact that you're a woman does not make you less of human. You can be anything you want to be. No one can limit you except you limit yourself. And there's nothing you want to achieve that you cannot achieve. Just put your mind at it.
Yeah, fantastic. Well said. Thank you once again, Rasheedat, for joining us on the show. And thank you to Sandra Bakare also for making our time to be on this show today. And to every other woman out there across the world, we celebrate you. We see you. The International Women's Day, we honor you. And we know that, just like Faith mentioned, Crypto TV Plus will keep this conversation going. Just like a popular musician said, this is a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman. And that will be all on today's program. Check out our website, cryptotvplus.com, to get more market updates and trends captured within the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at CryptoTVPlus, and on Instagram at official CryptoTVPlus to get daily info on our programs. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell. If you have a question about the program, kindly share them in the comment section below. And before I wrap it up, I want to use this special opportunity. I didn't mention it before the show started. I want to use this special opportunity to wish my mother a happy birthday. In light of the International Women's Day celebration, today is her birthday. I want to celebrate her and to tell her that I wish her many more happy returns, many more years, and to every other woman out there, we celebrate you. So to wrap it up, thank you for joining us on the show. I'm Bobby Andy King.
I am Faith Decor.
See you next week.